Well, hello. I did do a post earlier on my Facebook page and in the group to let you guys know that I would be going live today to share some exciting things and to make some alternate projects using the July 2024 Painted Petals paper pumpkin kit. So, welcome. I'm Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and I'm glad you're here in whatever way that is for you. If that's live here with me, great. Welcome. If that is watching the replay on Facebook, I'm happy you're here then as well. And if it means you found me on my YouTube channel, then please hit that little subscribe button if you haven't already, because that really does help. All right, so let me get going. All right, so these, I'm just going to share quickly. These are the cards we made as designed. This is exactly, I haven't done anything with them. I even left the backs. I will be modifying these. Quite stunning as well, but this one is beautiful and people will love getting these cards from you. All right, so that's that. And I do still have one kit available. So if you are somebody that happened to have missed out, you can let me know that, and I would be happy to get you one of these kits. Now, there is some big news happening starting tomorrow. And I'm going to put this here. I don't think I can make it a whole lot bigger, but I can bring it up to the screen. Basically, Demonstrator's got this update today letting us know that starting tomorrow, the 23rd of July, through the 25th of July. So this is for 3 days, actually, that you can get up to 75% off on refills, past kits, and add-ons. Okay, so if you go to my online store and click the paper pumpkin and go to past kits and stuff, those will all be in there. Now, what's even better is tomorrow is a free ship day. So you can stock up on the refills and past kits and whatever else is in there and earn bonus days coupons and get free shipping if your order hits $75 or more. So lots of really great reasons to work on your shopping list tonight and order tomorrow. Okay. All right, so that's that. We'll just put that out of the way. All right, that's all my sort of have-to stuff, except for one other thing, and that's this. The current add-on will not be on sale. It's just the past ones. And this, the Every Celebration Dies add-on, are only available while supplies last. So this is another good thing to pop on to your free shipping order tomorrow. The item number is 164991, and you get 3 dies, and they coordinate with this month, next month, and September. Okay, so these are the dies. I've used this one on a couple of things that you'll see. Okay, so Every Celebration Dies. Those are something you are going to want to get. All right, so let's take a look at some alternatives. Now, I will tell you that some of these do use dies in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and some embossing folders. So just fair warning, if you don't happen to have those things, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so this piece comes from one of the card kits. This is just a piece of basic black cardstock that I cut to 3.5 by 4.5. Okay, This petal pink piece is 2 by 4 1/4, so it kind of hides underneath there. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, this is a label from the kit, and it goes to a stamp we didn't use last time when I unboxed. So I'm going to have to take I actually like that one a lot. What's this one say? Okay, I might take this one off. Stick that there. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you are simply the best. And I love when they do these wonderful mixed fonts. Okay, so I talked in our unboxing video about how they gave us 5 labels that fit this greeting, even though they didn't use this particular one on any of the cards designed for the kit. Okay, but they figured we're giving you this greeting and we've given you shaped pieces, labels for your other greetings. We should do that for this one too, and they did. Okay, so one of the things that I mentioned also in my unboxing video is that I find it easier to work on something like the silicone craft sheet or something a little bit darker. You could even work on black cardstock, or hang on, let me see if I can grab it here, or the cardboard that comes in your kit. Anything that gives you a little bit more contrast between the white and so that you can stamp on it more easily. All right, so we'll just put that there, put that out of the way. All right, and so that's gonna fit right on there like that. I will likely have to stand up to do this, but that's okay. All right, so our color this month was Gray Granite, and you will remember that I choose to stamp using my bigger ink pad. Oh, you know what? I didn't rub this. Sometimes these photopolymer stamps have just a little something left over from the manufacturing process. And hey, whoever you are out there, let me know who you are, okay? Anyway, it helps to wash them really well before you stamp with them. You get a little bit better, clearer image. Okay, so let's shut this. Oh, I just noticed something. And that is, I didn't put my second little light on over here. Oh, there, that's better. Okay, so I saw this idea. It's Laura Siki of, I think that's how you say her name, from Southridge Studio. Anyway, I thought this was really cool. So she took this and she put it on here like this. Now you could probably go flat with liquid glue, or you could go with dimensionals, which is what I think I'm going to do, or you could even use glue dots from a past kit, because glue dots will give you not as much dimension obviously as a dimensional, but they will give you just a tiny bit of added lift. Okay, So I'm going to add quite a few dimensionals here because I want to make sure this holds up really well. Okay, let me just, oh, my minis went back in the kit. Hang on one sec, let's find those. There we go. I may want some of those gems in a sequence anyway. Okay. There. All right, so we'll put a few more in smaller spaces. Okay, like that. All right, that looks pretty good. Oh, well, yeah, I think that's still gonna be okay. I might have gotten a bit carried away with this one, but I think it'll be all right. Okay. All right. So, just going to add that, just like that. Okay. So it's roughly equal side to side with just that tiny bit at the top and the bottom. All right, so then the base. So the base is just a standard 4 1/4 by 11. And then what I did was I measured in 1 inch and cut from the bottom up to the score line on each side, okay, to create these two flaps and this flap. So what's going to happen is we're going to put this down. Now I'm only going to put adhesive along this edge and this edge because I don't want any adhesive in here. What I want to happen is for me to be able to open this and display another message here and then open here. So it'll have a dual open feature, okay? All right, so let's take, whoops, I can see that this could be a bit of a problem. So what I'm gonna do is get that off of there. I'm just gonna kind of use the tip of my snips like this and just take off that little bit so that it won't stick. There. I didn't want any hanging down, sticking in here. All right, so now I'm going to take, and I think I will use my liquid glue because I want it to stay pretty far to the edge. So we'll just put a little bit along here. Now what I can do to make sure that this stays where I want it is to put a tiny bit here. Let's move. No, you stay down, you go out. Just put a little bit in the center, kind of pretty close to the edge, right here. Okay, so I'm not getting the whole edge, but I am. All right, then this comes down. This Okay, goes something like that. So now I can just rub right there. And so now this comes up. Okay, so then what we're going to do is put this on here so it hides. Okay, and that's about good right there. I used a pretty, hang on one second, and I'll tell you what it's called. Fun Patterns. Let me just get this glued in place and I'll show you. Okay, that is not showing. Now I intentionally made this petal pink piece a 1/4 of an inch shorter than this, so I would have a little wiggle room, and I did a 1/4 inch shorter here, so it actually measures 2 by 4 1/4. Okay, so that petal pink piece is 2 inches across by 4 1/4 inches tall. All right, the Fun Patterns actually come with 2. They're small, they'll fit through the mini machine. Okay, so you get this one with the flowers, and then there's diamonds one. It's got yep, what do we teach the kids to call them at school? I can't think of the name right now, which is really bad because I know. All right, let's put a little bit of glue on here, like this. Are simply the best. Like that, and then we'll put this in here like that, and I think we will keep everything flat on the inside like that. Okay, and then you have plenty of room in here or under here for your message. Okay, okay. So, really fun. All right, there we go for that. So I used another, so this one I used the daisy base, and I actually made 2, well, I took all the components, or most of the components, for the daisy card, including the back piece, okay, in order to make, and the envelope, in order to make 2 cards. All right, so and all I really added was the Daffodil Delight cardstock, a little bit of Old Olive cardstock, and an embossing folder. So a little bit of added materials. So this one I used the So Swirly embossing folder, okay, which I just thought was fun. So I just actually took the piece that I cut off and trimmed it just a smidge so it would be tone on tone right here. All right, so we'll put this. And I do like using the liquid glue when I have embossed layers. One of the reasons I like to do that is because you get I think you get a better grip because that liquid glue can touch all those raised spots. So there we go. Okay. Let me just grab my bone folder and give this a good crease from the back. There. Okay. So now the card front piece is, I trimmed down to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Now the splatters, here's the thing, when you're cutting these card bases down, the splatters did not splatter evenly. So if you're cutting this down, I cut right next to the score line, and then I took my 1/4 inch off of this edge where there was more white. Just as an FYI. Okay. You can do whatever you want, but that's what I did. All right, so let's put this inside. Okay. I got a little close to the edge here. I'm hoping it squishes in and not out. All right. Looks like it did, I think. Okay. There we go. All right, so there's that. And here's this. And then we're going to put this so that it sort of matches up, just kind of like it did on the card it was designed to go with. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use liquid glue, but I'm going to be very strategic about it. Obviously, I'm not putting any glue on this part of the piece. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to double check again and just say, okay, okay. All right, so pretty much like that. So all of this gets no adhesive. Okay. Yeah, and now I need to, there we go. I know. There we go. All right, so we'll come down. I won't go quite to the top, but almost. And then I'm going to drag, hardly squeezing, and drag the bottle so that it sort of spreads the there. Okay. All right. I think this will do it. And I think what I'm going to do is do this so that just in case I have any oopsies. Oh, except then I can't see the flowers underneath. All right. Okay. I did pretty good. I don't see any, I don't feel any glue sticking out. Yay. All right, so then I cut oh, nope, that's the other one. Let's just grab that stamp again. there. Like that. I probably should have done that first. But that's okay. Give it just a sec. And I think I can get one more, I think. And this is how I'm going to make sure that it stays where I can have it. Is I'm going to put the dimensional right on that leaf. Okay, because I know it will be covered. So now all I have to do is take these two backings off and put this like that. So now there's 3 dimensionals holding that up, and none of them are sticking here. Okay. All right, so there's that. Isn't that fun? I liked that one. All right, so then I took sort of the rest of the pieces. Let me just leave that over here. You might end up with some of those sequins. So I took sort of the rest of the pieces of that kit, of that card. Okay, so I had used the front piece and the card front, okay, and a label. So I still had the envelope, the back of the card, and sort of the rest of the envelope to work with. So what I did was I cut the envelopes down, okay. I just trimmed the sides and then trimmed off so that I had the designed print. Then I used, I cut it down to, hang on, we put it all together. I think it was 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4 by 4. So then this actually is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, this piece of old olive. And then I went just under, because I did the math. Hang on. There we go. I did the math, and it came out to just under an inch across. So I did like 15/16 or something crazy like that. Like the line just before the one, and it worked out pretty well. So then we're gonna add these. Oh, excuse me, a little yawn there. Sorry about that. There we go. So there's one, and then I'm going to do this one over here. Like that. Okay. And then a quick one here in the middle. There. So now I have that. Okay. I have this piece, which was the back of the card front, okay, that I cut to match the diagonal, and then just trimmed a little bit. Let's get this creased. There we go. All right, so then we'll put this here, like that. Whoop. I got a little bit sticking out. That's okay because I have an adhesive eraser that I can use. And get that off of there. That's good. And that's good. Okay. Then, did I make a... I did not do an inside piece. I could have. I could have taken a piece of one of the envelopes, okay, and I could have trimmed it down, and I could have put some white on the inside. I could have cut some white cardstock. I feel like the daffodil is light enough that if you wanted to write on that, you totally could. All right, so then this piece goes here. Now I'm gonna kind of go up here a little bit. So I'm kind of lining up this corner down here with the diagonal, and this one's up a little bit higher. So I'm going to try and make sure that I only have adhesive over here. Okay. I probably can go a tiny bit closer. There. Okay. So then I'm gonna go kind of like that. And look at that. No glue sticking out. Yay! Sometimes it's a little tricky to do that. Okay, and then from the little flap of the envelope, I cut a little piece from, it's the smallest die from the Countryside Corners dies. It's this one right here, smallest one. Well, not the, this is, I guess, the smallest, but it's the banner. It's the smallest of the 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess those are 8-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so they're stretched out long octagons. All right, anyway, I did that, and I took a piece. I took a label from the kit, which is here somewhere. I thought it was here. Maybe I didn't really and truly take it out of the kit. I thought I did. Well, I'll probably find it later too. You know how things go. So I wanted the Let's Celebrate You, and I think that's this label. You know what? It doesn't look like I did take that out, because I would be missing one, and I'm not. So I guess I didn't really do that. All right. I am going to have dimensional backings everywhere. They're sticking to the back of my silicone craft sheet. They're going to be everywhere. That's all right. Okay. But I wanted that. There was a reason I was getting that out. And I did like that gray granite is a little bit more muted. They could have used some different, they could have done black, they could have done, you know, old olive. There's a lot of colors that they could have chosen. Oh, sorry, I think I can do it. I touched, but I think it will blend in. Yeah, it's fine. And if anybody's looking that closely for a tiny little mark, they shouldn't be having your handcrafted cards. Because even though you got the pieces and things from a kit, that doesn't take away anything from the fact that you sat down and spent your time putting it together and doing some stamping. Okay, so don't be thinking that, oh, it's a kit card, it's not as good as if I designed it myself. Sure it is. Sure it is. And I don't think anybody should be telling you otherwise. Just because somebody else did the design work doesn't mean that it's any less valuable. So I put that up on dimensionals, and we'll just add a little liquid glue to this. Here. And I will put that. Oh, I hate to cover any of the flowers. Oh, but then it doesn't show up. Oh. Well. Sorry, greeting. You're going over here. Because I do not want you to cover too much of these beautiful flowers. There we go. Let's celebrate you. All right, so there's a couple of more. And then I have two last ones. So this one is super quick. I did use the Countryside Corners dies again, and I don't even know if I'm gonna put, you know what, I could stamp right there. And I think, you know what, Pebbled Path is here on my desk. And so I'm gonna just grab Pebbled Path because it's a little bit darker and I think it'll show up a little bit better on here. So let's just do a little, let's celebrate you right across the top, like that. Okay. And then, so what I did with the largest of those dies was I folded a card base, and then I just put it on the outside. So I took, let me just show you real quick. So I took the largest die, and on a card base that I had made out of Melon Mambo, I just did this. Okay, so I put this cutting edge outside the fold and then cut the card so that it has the shape. I thought that was really fun, and I think shaped cards are really fun. So then I took the next smaller die and I did the layer of old olive, and then I took the next smaller one again and cut the piece of paper from this envelope. So let's put this together real fast. And I just thought that was just a fun, I think it's just a fun way to share a card that's just, you know, sometimes it's fun to have them not be rectangles or squares. It's kind of fun to have them be a little bit different. And it's not that hard. You can use your die, you know, you can use your shaped dies and just leave one edge outside the die so that you maintain a fold. It's really not that hard. And it's just a cool look, I think. go. All right. There. Now, I could have put this flat and then put this layer up on dimensionals. That might have been a nicer way to do that. May have to make another one. Anyway, last one for today uses paper piecing, okay, and the stamps, the stamped flower and the dies, okay, partially. So what I did was on pieces of the envelope, I stamped the flower and the leaves, okay, and then I fussy cut them out. So let me, oh, I know what this is. Okay, so this is going to be an easel card. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. Now both of those are going to go in the same direction. Okay, both of those scores. So you fold in half and then fold it again. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this here, but we're only going to put adhesive on the bottom half so that when this goes up, this will stand. Okay. All right. So let's get our adhesive on. Let me show you a way to do it to make sure that you're getting it where you want it without getting it where you don't, using a tape runner or whatever you have. So you want adhesive down here. You don't want adhesive up here. So what I like to do is take this and go right next to that score line. Now I didn't get all the way edge to edge, but that's okay. Then here I'm going to put it on the very bottom edge, all the way across like that. And then I am going to put that, oops, go just a little bit higher. There we go. Okay. So now, no adhesive where I don't want it, and when I put something here to hold it, it will stay up. Okay, we are going to give that a little bit better crease right here. There we go. All right. Oh, I might need a crease on this one too. Those creases are really important, and so if you don't have a bone folder, you probably want one. Okay, so there's that. So now let's talk about this paper piecing thing. So what I did was I stamped the image on the colors that I wanted, and I stamped it on here. Okay. When you're cutting out an image, most of the time I encourage you to cut just outside the black line. So you're cutting right next to it, so you don't cut off the black line. On this, since you're putting it on a stamped image where the black line is already present, it's okay, and you actually want to kind of cut right on the line. It gives you a little bit better space. Okay, so let me bring that silicone mat in again. I'm going to just push those extra pieces up there for a minute. There we go. So we'll put glue. What are we doing on time? Ooh, this has been a little bit longer. I know that my alternate videos sometimes are, but I do try to be cognizant of your time as well. So then you're just going to glue it right in that shape. And now you have, I've used the designer series paper, the envelope paper, so that you get a little bit of texture looking in there. It's not a flat looking image, okay, which is something I really like. All right. There. So you can see that because I cut right on the line, but the stamped line is there, you don't lose the outline. Okay, so let's do our leaves here. Okay, so one at a time here. We'll put these, oh, this goes this way. There we go. All right, last one. There. Now I did get a little smudge there, so what we're going to do is we're going to cover that up. Come on, get me through. Guess I need a new one. Okay. All right. And we'll put some oh, I might have wanted those. That's okay. All right. So now we'll put this on the front. We'll grab one of our labels. Like that. Let's get that. You are simply the best, since those didn't actually need other. What's this other one? Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Okay. And because of the black, I think I'll use Memento Black to stamp this. That could be a little bit scary, but sometimes when you have darker ink on there, it's a little easier to see where you're going. Whoops. It does help if you've got the shape going the right direction. Much easier to line it up that way. Okay, there we go. There. Now, give that just a second to dry. And I can put this, whoop, is what I need. It's going to hang off, so I need a dimensional out on this end. There we go. So we're going to put this right here. And voila, my smudge is cleaned up. The flower no longer appears to be floating. So I've covered a multitude of sins by placing that greeting there. Okay, so then you can put, and I saved a piece of the backing when I cut it off. And we will just grab, what do I do with my snips? Oh, here they are, they're covered up. Okay. It's okay to tell me, Leslie, if you just put them back where they belonged, you wouldn't be losing them on your table. Because you would be right. That is true. Now, it does help when you have an easel card like this to have something that's raised up just a little bit for it to prop against. Okay, now if you don't want something way up in the middle of your card, you don't have to. You can just have it down a bit or whatever. Like that. So now it will stay standing up when somebody gets it. And you can write around that. It's not that big of a deal. And then you just prop it up. All right, so let's take a look at what we did. Oh, you know what? I didn't put these on any of the others. So let's grab a couple and doll this one up just a little bit, okay? Let's put one up here, one down here, and one more. Here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try and move this right here to the end of that, like that. Okay. So there you go. That one, this one, and the two daffodil ones. So that was really fun to share with you. I hope you enjoyed those, and join me next month for some more alternate projects with the next, it'll be that birthday kit. So if you haven't subscribed, you should do that because there's an extra stamp set coming. All right, thanks so much. Hey, thanks, Doreen. I'm glad you like them. All right, take care, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.